Greetings, comic book fans. Blue Goblin with my latest comic book video blog for the week of July 1st, 2009. Not too many comic books came out this week, so I'm just going to review what I picked up, and let's just see what happens here, shall we? We're going to start off with Captain America Reborn, number 1 of 5. I don't even know where to begin with this book, to be honest with you, but Ed Brubaker and Brian Hitch, they do a great job telling a story about how Steve Rogers could be possibly coming back. However, that's where I get a little disappointed. You know, Steve Rogers' death, his assassination, was an iconic moment in comic book history. Right up there with the birth of Spider-Man, the death of Gwen Stacy. I can name a whole list of iconic moments. And Captain America's death was right up there with them. It was such a legendary moment. Why does Marvel want to fuck with that? You know, I'm one of the few people, or maybe it's not so few, I don't know, that I actually want Steve Rogers to stay dead. Because I believe that him staying dead could make his legend grow even more. I don't know. That's just me. It's a nice written story, but it's the plot of the story that kills me. So, I'm sorry. It's just if Marvel is going to bring back Steve Rogers, now is not the time to do it. It's just way too soon. Bucky hasn't had nearly enough time to fully establish himself as a good Captain America. I think it's just a huge mistake by Marvel, and they're just trying to rival DC's Batman Reborn. I'm sorry, I'm not saying I hate the book, it's just the plot. If you can understand that, then great. Okay. Next up is Cable number 16. This is the epilogue of the Messiah War. The Messiah War was great, and we're seeing what happens now that it's supposedly over with, and Cable and Hope get into a fight, and now Hope is trapped 2 years in the past from where Cable is now, and it's about time we see if Hope can really survive on her own. Meanwhile, Cable has still handling his own problems right now. That nanovirus that he had been battling with is finally starting to fully consume him, and this is really truly a great issue of Cable. It really makes me want to go, oh man, I gotta know what the next issue is going to be like. I just gotta know. Well, who knows how it's going to end? The way this issue of Cable ended was quite a bit of a twist for me, and I'm really anxious to see how Hope can deal with Bishop by herself. Hope's a lot smarter than she looks, despite her being only, 9, 10 years old? Except, now it says Utopia, but get a good look at there. Very, very small print, Uncanny X-Men 513, but there's a big Utopia. This might as well be Utopia 513. Oh, boy. This wasn't actually that bad. A lot of people, Craig at Grandland, my buddy Lord Nightmare, some other people I chat with, they say they've been really disappointed here with the past few Uncanny X-Men stories. I don't have a problem with this one. This one was slow. It was slow, but it was alright. And thank God Terry Dodson is the new artist on Uncanny X-Men, because Greg Land just didn't work for me with Uncanny X-Men. But this was nicely told. We get the introduction to the Dark X-Men, because everything's got to be dark now. Everything's got to be dark. We got Dark Avengers, Dark X-Men. Let's see, we got a Dark Spider-Man, Dark Wolverine. Let's see, what else needs to be dark? Something else. How about Dark Inhumans? How about Dark Reign's getting kind of tired, but there are some titles out there that are worth buying. I don't know if this is what I would call worth buying, but it's a nice read, and I'll just leave it at that. Next up, Deadpool, Merc with a Mouth, number 1. Oh boy, this was great. This was a great story for Deadpool fans, myself included. I loved this book. However, Marvel, please do not turn Deadpool into Wolverine. Now, when I say that, do not give Deadpool 30 different books that we need to read with him in it. This is now his second series. It's actually 3 if you count the Suicide King story that's going on right now. Deadpool's got 3 stories going on right now. His own book, the Suicide King's limited series, and now we got Merc with the Mouth. Stop right there. Don't give him any more titles. I don't mind Deadpool guest starring in other characters' books, but we need to just give him these two main books and just leave it there. Don't pull a YouTube on us and force us to read Deadpool books. Keep our attention and keep the popularity of the character by just leaving it at 2, and that's it. Do not make him like Wolverine and give him 30 to 40 different books that we absolutely have to read to keep up with him. It's not necessary for the Merc with the Mouth. But this was a good book. Nonetheless, it was great. Just don't overkill it. Next up, Batman and Robin #2. Grant Morrison, Frank Quitely. This was nice. I like the fact that Damian Wayne is about as big a brat as Jason Todd was, but they're not going to kill him, I don't think. But Grant Morrison, not really a name I would fully trust with my money, especially with the disappointments of R.I.P. and Final Crisis. However, this was a good book. I will say that. Let me back up a little bit here. All right. This was a good book. Don't really know what to say without spoiling it. You know, the whole Dick Grayson Batman contradiction, whether it's like, I don't know if I should really be Batman, Alfred. I don't know if I'm worthy of being Batman. We already know that Dick Grayson is conflicted about being Batman. I learned that during Nightfall about over a decade ago. We know that Dick Grayson doesn't have his full heart set in on being Batman. Okay? We get it. But in all honesty, this is a good series. I'm going to stick with it to see how it goes. But that was good. Next up, Green Lantern Corps 38. Peter Tomasi does a great job writing this book. I'm going to say once again, this book was better than Green Lantern was. This was very nice. What the Alpha Lanterns do kind of surprised me. It's not the way I believe the Green Lantern should behave. Guy Gardner snaps and says a couple lines here that kind of surprised me as well, especially coming from a Green Lantern book. But damn it, DC, go bring us Blackest Night. I don't know if I can wait very much longer. Very good stuff here. Very good stuff. That is a great DC title. Can't wait for Blackest Night. Can't wait. Finally, let's close it off with a good book. Daredevil Noir #4. Awesome. Simply awesome. This is incredibly done. Irvine and Coker, not a very well-known team by me, but they do a phenomenal job of wrapping up this series. I gotta disagree with Craig. I don't think the ending was anticlimactic. I thought the ending was, fitting for this series. And yes, Wolverine Noir is the dominant series in the noirs, but it still doesn't. This doesn't make Daredevil Noir any slouch. This is a great series, and if you missed out on this, then I seriously suggest that you pick it up and trade. You will not be disappointed. Well, that's all I got. So thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me 5 stars. I'll greatly appreciate it. And until next time, everybody, I'll see you later.